Hello and welcome to today's session here. Okay, so let's do an audio test so you can actually hear me and I'm not speaking to myself. So welcome everybody to today's session where we're going to look at how to create and sell unlimited AI websites for top dollar. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and check out the comments, make sure that you can hear me. So please kindly let me know, can you actually hear me and can you see me? Because sometimes we do experience a few technical issues. However, if you're watching this from YouTube right now, please do make sure, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment just to let us know that you're here with us today. So I've got a lot of messages coming through. So yes. Okay, perfect, fantastic. So welcome everybody for today's session. As you're probably aware, for those that are joining us for the first time, we run these sessions every single week where we go and review new strategies. We look at the features and functions and see the best way that you can equip yourself to get the most out of the applications that you're using. So currently, right now, today, we're going to be focusing on ClickSites AI, okay, version 2.0. That's something we're going to be going through today and showing how you can actually use this and leverage the application with clients and sell it for top dollar. So before we even jump into the training, which don't worry, it's coming, what I want to do, I'm just going to put this little link on the screen for you right now. So if you're watching this and you're not part of the group, ponder.com/Facebook. So what you're seeing right now, here is a group that boasts over 81,000 users. So let me try to zoom in here right now so you can see this. So you'll see with this link as you come into the group, if you're not a part of it, highly recommend joining, because this will allow you to brainstorm and even mastermind with other individuals, like-minded individuals. And the great thing is, depending on the project or the apps that you're using, you will see many other users sharing their website creation, sharing their video creations, and so much more within the group itself. So definitely do make sure you head over to that right now. Okay, if you're not already, make sure you keep an eye on the group and feel free to join. Okay, so let's take that off. So it's ponder.com/Facebook. So before we go into the training itself, now that's covered, let's now look at some examples. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get some examples up. So with ClickSites AI, those that aren't aware of it, ClickSites AI essentially is a platform that will allow you, without any kind of experience, any kind of technical ability, when it comes to HTML or editing, whatever it may be, to create websites. Okay, the genius thing with ClickSites AI that it is powered by AI, so it's very flexible and intuitive in what it does in creating websites for you. Okay, and another key thing I need to highlight, if you're watching this right now, because it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, romantically, the team have put together a very romantic gesture that you can actually get 20% off the all access plan. Now, in order to unlock that special romantic discount, just use the code LOVE. You can actually select, get the deal. You can come to the page at your own discretion. You can see all of the powerful functions that I have, that you can actually create websites using the AI, whether it's a simple URL, you can use an image, you can even use a single prompt. And that's something that I'm going to show you today, all of those key features. And also, there are done for you templates if you want to have a different approach. It's got built-in AI that you can actually have a conversation with. It can do all of the edits for you, image generator, drag and drop editor, smart AI assistants, and so on and so forth. There's so many here. And the great thing is, because I think one of the key things I want to address is, as we go through to the training, ClickSites AI will provide hosting for you. So you'll have a subdomain that's dedicated to you. You can have, depending on the plan that you get, as I scroll down, let me just show you this. Okay, as we go down. Okay, these are some of the key things. Okay, so depending on the plan that you get, but with the all access plan, you can have up to just imagine 500 workspaces, but within the 500 dedicated workspaces, you can create unlimited websites. Now, those websites can be hosted via ClickSites AI, okay, under your subdomain, or the key here is you do have flexibility. If you're doing this for personal client projects, you can take those websites, get those downloaded and upload them onto your own server. Okay, so really, well, a key question that does come up: how many websites can you create? And really, it's unlimited. Okay, so you can see build unlimited websites. Alongside that, you'll see other different aspects in terms of white label accounts, so you can resell it as your own, put your own logo, so on and so forth. So everything's all included, and it's going to have SSL, another key thing when it comes to privacy and protection. So whether you host with us or download. So the reason I've come also to this section here is when you go to select get instant access to ClickSites, simply go ahead and add love. Okay, love into the checkout. So as you go to the checkout here, you will see it will ask you for a coupon code, and just type in love. Okay, nothing else, and apply. And I'm in the UK here, so you can see a nice 20% discount there. Okay, for you to get locked in to that right now. Okay, now swiftly moving on. Okay, let's get this up now. Okay, so we've got this site right here, okay, Concrete and Avoid. Now, when creating a website, it used to be a very, let's say, a very long methodical process. And generally you would have to hire a designer or a website developer to create all of that stuff. You would have to pay a lot of big bucks, and times have changed where now you can hire people to create these websites for you. But it's just a case of someone else is in control. It's about time, money, and resources, and people do charge a lot of money. So what I'm showing you right now, all of these examples is what ClickSites AI has been able to create. Okay, all done for you. Now, the brilliant thing about this is it doesn't matter what industry you are, what category or what niche that you're in, you can recreate websites like never before. And the beautiful thing about ClickSites AI, especially with the streamlined version, because it's 2.0, are that a lot of the websites, well, the websites now are created to be streamlined. Okay, one beautiful fluid design, and they will incorporate levels of animations in them. Now, the I guess the beautiful thing about this is take it to one step further, that you can recreate or model any website, so that you could take a simple URL of any website, or even an image or graphic, a reference image, so to speak, and the AI can then build a website based on any reference image that you have, or alternatively, you can have that reference image recreated to be added as a editable HTML section within your website. And the thing is, when it comes to coding, you don't need to worry about coding. Okay, this is the key thing. A lot of questions do get asked about this. When it comes to coding, you don't need to be a coder, because AI will assist you. You can give it simple, direct instructions and have that conversation, and it can make those edits for you. So again, here, look at this. Here's another website. And another key thing that I want to make clear, when it comes to the copywriting, okay, all of the copywriting, even the images, are all done for you. Okay, and they are copyright free. Now, with ClickSites AI, you will get the commercial rights licenses, and there's no monthly fees. So as I scroll down, you'll see a lot of the tabs here. There's gonna be levels of animations. You're gonna see that beautiful, nice, sleek, modern, professional look. Okay, as we go through, so you can see all of that there. So hyper responsive, works on both mobile and desktop. And the list goes on. So I'll show you another one. So there's another medical related one. And the reason I'm showing you this is that if you're going to be targeting customers or clients, more importantly, that they may be business owners. And the good thing is, the good thing for us is that a lot of these business owners or these individuals that are working, they are masters in their own craft. Okay, so what I mean by that, you may have an electrician, you may have a plumber, you may have someone that does woodworking, roofing. They are good in what they do. But one thing I think many of us will agree with is where they fall short is when it comes to the business side or the marketing. They are so busy and focused in the job at hand, they don't have time to grow the business or manage the business or have a business front for the business online. That's what you essentially take advantage of when you come in. You can help them, assist them in a gap that needs filling. Okay, so I know some of you may be thinking, okay, why am I showing you this? Because it will tie into the subject as we go through, and I'm going to show you how you can build these out. Now, whether you use ClickSites AI, obviously I would recommend using ClickSites AI, but the model works brilliantly well. And here we go, another beautiful website that was created. Okay, and you can see the animations on each tab, how it highlights. So this was all generated and created by ClickSites AI version 2.0. Now, all of these images can be changed. Everything can be edited. You can have those links, whether it refreshes in the page or goes to an external link. And we have a nice, beautiful footer. So everything can be customized, whether the color scheme, whether it's for personal or client projects, everything here can be done, including another key thing that always gets mentioned is multi-page websites, which we'll all also look at. So you can actually create, websites that will have a linking page, so a multi-page website with a navigation bar. Now, so when it comes to creating these sites, you can create them for yourself, or more specifically, you can host them on yourself. Okay, you can self-host on your own servers, or you can have ClickSites host it for you. And if you're worried about having a custom domain name, you can actually have connectivity where you can have your own custom domain name connected to the platform itself. So you can have your own domain name connected, and this can all run through ClickSites AI. Okay, so nothing to worry about there. Now, as we go through, one thing I'm going to make, I want to make very, very clear is that in the description of this video, as you're watching it, there is a resource document. So this is going to be important as part of a resource given away as we go through today's session. So I just want to make you aware, because I know this question will come up. So I'm trying to kind of preempt it for everybody here. So when you go in the description box of this video, there will be a URL right at the bottom where it says reference document. Just keep a copy of it, save it as a bookmark, and you can come back to it. Because one thing I would like to show you is how you can even use the AI itself, other free platforms, to create these sites in conjunction with ClickSites AI. Okay, and then the second step will be how you can even do outreach with clients. So it's going to be another part of this. However, even with the prompt, some of the key things that you're going to see is that you put a URL here and the business type. So this is kind of a nice generic style prompt, and you can just update this yourself manually with the information that's requested from you, or you can give this information to something like ChatGPT, and you can have it updated for you, and then you can actually customize this very prompt to whatever niche, whatever category, whatever industry, whatever client or personal project that you're serving or you're going to be delivering on. That's another key thing that makes it much more easier. So we want to give you that resource, just makes it a lot easier for you. So with here, you'll see the prompt, see this website here, and you just enter a website. And something like ChatGPT works very well. It will go and sift and crawl through that website, get the information, and it will actually generate a nice prompt based on that. So you'll have two things. You have a prompt, so you can do your own one, or you can just have this generic prompt where you can update it and tweak it accordingly to the desired outcome that you're looking for in terms of, the website that you're looking for. Okay. So is everybody with me so far? And then we'll jump into ClickSites AI. So as we go in, let me move these around. Okay. Okay, so straight away. So the document is going to be in the description field of the YouTube video, the live video we're watching right now. So you can retrieve that from the YouTube video. Alternatively, it will be updated and put into the tutorial section as well, post event of this video. But you can find it straight away in the description field down below. Okay, great. So hosting is included. Remember, hosting is included. It's a very, hosting will be. So here, can you see this at the top here? Okay, so let me try to zoom into this so I'll kind of show you. So here right now, you'll see this when you create a workspace. Okay, it's like a project area, like an office room, right? When you create a workspace, as it's called, you can name it anything you want. Here we got click demo test, and then this will be the subdomain clicksitespages.com. Okay, once you've done that, you essentially can create unlimited websites anyway, and it's all hosted for you. Now, if you want to take it one step further, when you're creating your workspace and that particular page, you can then attribute and edit it and have your own custom domain name. So let me just zoom in so you can see this. So you can actually set it up, and this will set up and integrate with ClickSites AI. So you would go to your excuse me. You go to your domain name service provider, and you'll just update the information, and ClickSites AI will actually help walk you through that. We have a demonstration tutorial video on that as well. Once you feed that information back to us, then there will be connectivity between the both, and then you can have your own domain name set up. So you can have it customized. Again, this will apply if you're working for personal or client projects. Alongside that, there are going to be other tools like Robot Site Maps. If you want to assign a home page, things like meta tags and favicons and affiliate badges, all of that stuff you can do within the platform. Okay. Now, one thing with this is that, like I mentioned, I want to highlight when it comes to the copyright and all the text and the creation of your site. Okay, when it comes to the creation of your site, the copywriting is dealt for you. AI will cover all of that. When it comes to the images will be royalty free. You don't need to worry about sifting and crawling through the internet, finding the relevant images for your site, because when ClickSites AI starts building out your site, it will already understand from the framework or the prompt that you give it, the congruent images that are required. It will generate those for you and place them in the suitable places where it needs to be placed. Everything's taken care of. You literally don't have to do anything. Now, if I was using this for the first time, another couple of key things, I guess, before we jump straight and we start building, is that there are different levels of integration. I mean, you can integrate if you have the sister app, Artistly. If you want to do lead generation, if you host webinars and videos like Zoom and things like that, you do have those integrations. So when it comes to lead generation, if you want to build your email list, you can do that. You don't need to have an autoresponder. You can collect leads, and under leads, they will collect for you. So you can actually export, okay, those leads for you to your third-party autoresponder, or alternatively, as you go through, you can have that integrated directly on some of the features, okay? So it's a really good question. I want to make this clear. When it comes to cloning or copying, so someone mentioned, if we clone a website, like a flower shop, can we get in trouble for copyright? So the genius way, or what ClickSites will do, it will go and it will fetch the content, the complete breakdown of the website. And what it's going to do, it's not going to recreate it. And, there's not going to be any kind of plagiarism. It's not going to go and rip the content and just change it and spin it around. It's going to recreate something very similar and model exactly what that website is. So it's fresh and it's different and it's unique to you. Okay, does that make sense? So there will be no copyright issues because it will be unique. There will be no infringements when it comes to copywriting or the images. Okay, so you'll see there's different levels of integration with the AI. Design will have email marketing, or GetResponse, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Sendio, Aweber, Zoom, GoToWebinar, etc., etc. Now, one key thing I want to mention is that even if you don't have, autoresponder, or you don't want to do connect anything directly, or maybe one of your providers is not present, when you're building your site, which we're going to just do, so please bear with me. When you build your site, you can actually embed HTML directly. You can actually embed your HTML directly in the pages. So in that regard, you can embed anything that you want as long as it's got the HTML code. So any third-party provider, say you want to create a blog and you want to add comments or reviews, or maybe you want to add certain gateways, payment buttons, shop fronts, anything third-party that will give you HTML code, we can embed those into our sites, right? And that's it. Very, very simple. And even with AI, you'll see all these different levels of integration that you can use if you want to take your sites to the next level. Now, before we jump in, is everybody ready? Should we jump in and start building out and look at some strategies in place? All right. So I want you to imagine now, if we're doing this for the first time, one of the key things is, or one of the aspects is, how can you create and sell unlimited websites? Now, number one, ClickSites will build you the websites. So we've got that checked. It will build you unlimited websites. So the next part of it is, what I'll do, I'll break this into two parts. Let's first build a website, and let's go look. Once you understand the dynamics of the website, right, how you can create the websites, the different types of websites we can create, then what I'll do, I'll walk you through a very easy step to follow, where we can then start looking of finding clients, identifying those clients, and then creating websites for those clients. And then we can look at how we can do an outreach for those clients in order to sell. Because I think that's the other thing that a lot of people get stuck on, or it's a very nerve-wracking thing, is to find those clients. Okay, so, and one key thing I want to make this very, very clear is that you don't need to be restricted on providing a website to clients or prospects in your own country. And you may be thinking, what does that even mean? That means that, remember, you're not restricted. We have AI that we can do different levels of translation, okay? We can communicate with different clients around the world. And you can actually build the websites in different languages, or a whole host of different languages. And even if you go to the site here, you'll see what languages are supported. There'll be a nice little bunch of languages. You can see you've got a huge library, over 40 languages to choose from. However, to take it one step further, there is a multilingual language translation engine, which you can actually apply, and depending on where they're visiting from, it will automatically switch over to their respective language. Okay. Now, so as the first part, let's have a look at this. Okay. So there are 3 capabilities when it comes to ClickSites AI. Okay. We've got the AI Studio. Now, with the AI Studio, you can actually create magazine-style, longer-length websites. With the AI template engine here, you will see something called templates as we pop up. You'll see there are done-for-you templates. Okay? So what this means is, if you go to any of these templates, as you can see there, you'll see a nice preview here to the right of it. So what this will demonstrate to you is that depending on the site that you're looking at here, these templates, you can see the structure of it. And when you start, when you provide the AI, okay, the chatbot, the information that's required, it will use the template, and then it will go create the copywriting and the images based on this, and it will fill it all for you. So everything will be done for you. It will go basically use a template, and it'll go fill in the information, the text where it's required, and the images, and everything will be congruent based on your subject area. So let's say if I selected this template here, and I go select template. Now next, it's going to ask us, enter your business name or keyword. So let's just say Mario's food van. Okay. Now you could do restaurant, you can do solicitor, you could do a lawyer, you can do flower. Actually, flower shop, that's another good one. Flower shop. Okay, because I know that popped up before. Flower shop. You can put the name. So the more information you put here, the better. And I'm going to show you another way. I just want to show you the manual way. And once you select, let's just say, yeah, flower shop, right? Next, you can actually select a language. And what this is, I mean, you can select any of these languages, and that website will be built in that respective language that you select. So English, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Bengali, Dutch, French, Finnish, French, Hindi, Malayalam, Maltese, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Slovenian, and the list goes on. Now, let me actually zoom on for that so you can actually see. Hopefully you can see this now. So you can see, once I've put that template, I've selected that template, you can see all the language that I can choose from. Okay. And remember, AI Canvas is a brand new powerful feature which we're going to be looking at. This is like, you know, the cherry on top, the creme de la creme. Okay. Now, when you have your AI connected, you'll see you can have different keys here, okay? And if you want to have, okay, so when you're building your sites, if you want to make, you know, sites faster, you actually can use different levels of AI here. So when it's all connected, the tutorials will cover all of this and explain to you all of this stuff. You can use, you know, the light version. And if you want to create heavy duty websites, then obviously you can go to the top whack Gemini 3 Pro and so on and so forth. So all of these will be explained. There's a tutorial video on this, and this will make it more cheaper and effective and efficient when you're building out these sites. Because you can just imagine if you're building out sites and you're charging, you know, I don't know, $500, $1,000, $2,000, it just makes life much more easier, and you're going to try to get the best results possible. Okay. Now for this, I'll put the Pro, and once I've done that, I'm going to select generate, and that's it. Now what's going to happen now? It's going to just take that keyword here. Look, flower shop. That's it. I haven't given it anything more specific. And straight away, you can see it's saying the flower shop. So here, we can change the name of it. Okay, let me zoom in for you there. So it's asking us the business name so we can change it. Now, next, what you're going to see, we've got the header, About Us page, and we've got different sections that are broken down. Exquisite floral arrangements for every occasion, custom wedding bouquets and event decor, fresh flower delivery to your doorstep, and we've got services, gallery, testimonials, and call to action. Now, everything here can be changed, removed, or edited, or updated. It's completely up to you. You don't need to have everything, but if you want everything all broken down, you can do so. Or if you don't want to, you want to go back, then you can actually go back and change things. But once I'm happy with that, let's say, all I do is select generate website. So once we've done that, let me just zoom out. What you're going to start seeing is the AI is going to start generating the content for the section. So it's going to go through everything listed out. It's going to build the framework. First, it's going to build the framework. Taking the framework, it's going to build a skeleton, and then it's going to start adding the meat to the bones. Okay, so right now it's going to be looking at generating content for the sections. And in the meantime, what we can do with ClickSites AI, if I go duplicate, you can see while that's generating, I can go back to the home, okay? And I can start looking at doing something else in the meantime. So in the meantime, when that's going, I can go here to pages. And you can see I can check all workspace. I can see all the types, and you can see this is another good important point. So with here, everything is nice and organized. You'll see all the different workspaces all organized here. So you can create different workspaces depending on which client or personal project that you're working on. And everything has a nice filtering system. And here we can see which pages are active, inactive, or draft. We've got templates, which feature we're using, and even how many pages. But I've done all workspaces like so. So next, what I'm going to do, you'll see, look, the flower shop. Let's have a look. The flower shop now. Okay, it's already done. Okay, so the flower shop has now been created. Your website is now ready for customization in the editor. I'm going to select Open Editor. Now, this is the template editor, okay? Now, we haven't even got to the AI canvas. So let me show you this one, right? So this is the one that's going to change the game, the AI canvas. So stay tuned for this one. I can't stress this enough. This is more powerful than anything you've ever seen before. And I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it'll make sense in just a minute. Now, with this, if you're building it from a template, you will see this is how it's going to look. So this is kind of, a nice contemporary style website. You can see all the images, headline. These are essentially links with all the animations. And all I typed in was flower shop. Okay, we've got more graphics, the imagery, nice flow to the sections. And then we have these sections as well. Very nice. Scroll down, and we've got some, essentially, these would be stories from happy clients, so reviews. And then we've got discover more. And then we've got shop fresh flowers. Okay. So remember, first we're going to look at creating websites. Okay, I'm going to show you the power behind creating these websites. And then the next part is I'm going to show you how you can go get these clients once you understand what the capabilities are and how easy it is to create different styles of websites using ClickSites AI. Now, once I've created this website, straight away you can see this is the editor. With the editor, it's going to show you all of the different levels of applications. You can use this in terms of responsiveness. So you got, look, desktop here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you there. Okay. So if I select them, you can see this is how it's going to look on laptop. We've got iPad and we have mobile. Everything's already done for you. So you don't need to worry. I guess this is another thing as a education, learning curve as well, that when you create a site, normally you'd have to then mobile optimize that site that was created for desktop. So anyone looking at mobile, that they can see it nice and easy, okay, without any difficulties. Now with this, straight away, if I click any component, you're going to see there's an editor that comes up. You can change the background color if I want. Okay, if I want to update anything, I can. Background color, or maybe a gradient. Everything is customizable. Now with this one, let's say, I don't know, it looks a bit, What do you think? Does anyone like it? No, I think we should stick with that. We can add a background image. And now with background image, we can either upload or we can select. And when selecting, you'll see you'll have, this is the image generator. So you can have your own media. You can look for stock media. So this is another really cool feature. Okay, so this will also the AI image generator, so you can create images as well. So just imagine you don't need to be forking out licenses and running around to find images. Everything can be done all within house. Okay, all inclusive. And with this, you can have different sizes and you can have different styles, color schemes, and framing. So that's taken away from you as well. All the additional expense, all covered. Artistly as well. If you have Artistly, the sister app, any kind of images, any kind of graphics you need, you can actually integrate both and bring them straight over. So it makes it more fun, makes it much more easier. Now, straight away with the website, one thing that you're probably seeing that is missing is a navigation bar, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go to sections. Now with sections, you'll see 004 is a navigation bar. So before we even go in there, you can see how many different sections we can actually add. And there are so many different categories. You've got slider. Let's go slider, video, custom, landing, header, photos, list, quotes, FAQ, call to action, logo list, pricing, shop, profile, contact. So anyone thinking about creating an e-commerce store. Now, ClickSites is not built to create an e-commerce store like Shopify or any of those alternatives. However, you can build out the site where you could, if you wanted to, say, for example, add sections like this where have the pricing. And with the payment buttons, you can have them linked to your third-party payment processors. Okay, if you have a delivery or management system fulfillment service, okay, like Shopify and such alike, you can have those linked. You click the buy now button and you can either put text in there, or alternatively, something like this, you could actually add the HTML code. Okay, there you can have those sections. You can add the HTML code down below, wherever you desire. So with that, as you see with the settings, if you have the code there, you can add that block here. So whether it's here or into the menu to the left, you will see something called HTML. So you do have that flexibility as well if you want to add any kind of coding. But there is another section within ClickSites that will allow you to do that anyway very easily. So you can, like Ulrich said, you can simulate an e-commerce store. So you can build things out, and with everything here, images you can change, all of this text you can go ahead and customize. You can see the different settings. Okay, here we have the text color. Even with this, look, placement, alignment, colors, etc., etc. Font settings, you see different fonts. So everything is a fully blown, editor with weight, spacing, etc., etc. If you want to change the background colors, but where things get more interesting, if I come back to sections, remember I mentioned the navigation bar. I can select navigation, and just like that, you can see now we have a navigation bar that's appeared. Once I do the navigation bar, we got module settings. You'll see we can change the different styles there. So we can have it with dark text. I can change the background color. Let's go for green and okay. Okay, let's find the correct one. Okay, there we go. And even, so it'll appear on scroll. So you can have the static one or you can have a moving one. Dark text, there we go. So one key thing is that everything here, you know where it says your name, we can change all of that. And even the menu builder, we can change everything here. So we have the home bar. So if I just show you this, so if I just remove it, look, we can remove things. If I want, I can add it. Let's just say home. So maybe contact us, buy now. And, you can put the link there, just say as a link. And open a new window. You can add an icon. And there you go, done. So you can see home now. And if we want, we can rearrange things by simply going to the menu builder. And check this out. You can just drag and drop and move things around. Social media, if you want all of these, you can get them obviously connected, or you can remove them. It's completely up to you. Now, another key thing with this is, okay, let's have a look. Do we want to keep this? Oh, yeah, we'll have that in there. Select an icon and update, right? Okay, so while we look at that, one other thing is, so I just come back here now. Just go back here. Okay. Now I'll just show you some of these actually, so you get a gist of it. So as you can see, some of these blocks, we've got headers. So if the top section we do want to move around, we can certainly do that. So say, for example, if I don't like this top section, I'll just come back to sections and you can see what you do like if you want that nice flow. And you can see how easy this is. I mean, we can change things around. We can move them up and down. We have full control, essentially. Everything can be changed, this text, etc., etc. And if you want to adjust the height of it, the spacing, if you want to add levels of animations to it, how you want it to appear, zoom in, zoom out, slide back, you can do all of that stuff. So can you see that? How now there's animations applied to it? You can see as we scroll down, we can add animations where we want, change the colors, so on and so forth. So even a slider you can have. Remember I mentioned if you have reviews or if you got products you want to sell or anything you want to display, maybe your portfolio, maybe any kind of imagery, products, whether it's online, offline, whatever it may be. Just imagine you have something like this with a nice automated moving carousel. Okay, so you can actually go into the box settings and you can change those images. You can change, even customize the speed and the rate on which the carousel moves, right? So these essentially are the templates where we can edit, and then we're going to look at the AI canvas. So just imagine if you have a section here, if I'm selling my digital product, maybe an ebook, physical book, or maybe I'm doing a garden sale, whatever kind of product that I'm selling online or offline, or if this was my book, I could just have my book there, and I could even make these essentially clickable or put a buy now button down below. So somebody clicks it, and then I have my payment gateway or payment process in place. Then it's much, much easier. So you'll just take them directly to the checkout pages that you have. Okay. So remember, as long as any of your third-party platform comes into play, whatever it may be, if you want to, if they have an embed code or HTML, you can come and you can embed it any way you want. So here, look, let me give you an example. So if I got a code here, I just can go to HTML. Come here. If I got my, if I got my code for selling, I would just come and paste that here. And if I had some kind of anything connected, sometimes, say for example, if I've got a third-party website that I'm selling something, and they've given me this little block with a payment button for HTML, I could just come here, simply copy and paste that code, and I'm good to go. Just like that, I can delete it as well. Now, once you go through these, you see that there's some really good, really beautiful categories you can go through, even with photos. And we've got call to actions, different call to actions. And one thing that I want to show you is contact. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because this is quite nice. So videos can be added with a HTML or even YouTube. So I'll show you that in just a minute. But can you see what it says? Send us a message. Now, this one will serve two purposes. This is essentially a template that you can use as is. So you can come here now and select settings and check this out. This will help you to build a form. So not just a form, but you can actually create forms, opt-in forms, surveys, applications, setting appointments, whatever it may be. So you'll see here, you can actually add elements. Currently, we have a name, email, message. We can add more elements. Maybe I want to add the date and the time. Maybe I want to add a video. Here you can see, as we're building this out, it will come on this side here. So maybe I don't want the message. Delete it. Name and email are going to be the key things. Date and time I don't need. Add element. Let's have a look. Maybe we add multi-select. So maybe they got options, maybe what their budget is, what time would they like their appointment time set up, and then we have what's their phone number. And the good thing about this is that you can actually then rearrange those also, so it's nice and clean. So the question goes up, and then we have it. If I want, I can have the video right at the top as a video instruction, like, hey, welcome to my site. Please go ahead. If you want to book an appointment, just enter your name down below, the timing, etc., etc. And maybe if we add a entry box, like so, hey, ask a question, before we get on the contact, get on the call. Okay, so it's like a sifting process. You're validating the person coming on. Now, why this is important, because if you have clients, not only can we now create the site, which I'm going to show you as well with the AI canvas, but you also have the capability of helping them generate more leads for their business, more interest for their business, and helping them to make more money. And you could do that by creating certain elements like this, where form builders, email capture pages, giving away free gifts, anything to help them promote and gather data on their customers in order for them to sell more. Any company would. Okay. Now, basic setting details. We'll have a tutorial on this as well. As you can imagine, there's a designer. So here the primary color is blue. If you want to change colors, obviously you can. Okay, as you're going through. Description color, all of that stuff we can change around. Even background colors. If you have branding colors, of course, you can change the colors depending on the branding of your personal client projects. Even label colors, let's have a look. So you can see we can match all of that. You see how that's all changing. The input field we've changed there. So I'm just trying to show you an example. Border color. Okay, as you're building it out. And reset button. Okay. Now, here you can actually ask the AI, not IA. So you can actually say, hey, can you build me a form to capture leads for my survey application? Like maybe you're selling high ticket course, medium ticket course, or maybe sell a form to capture data for potential customers, or maybe for potential clients or customers, meaning it doesn't need to just be an online business, it can be an offline business. So say, for example, a plumber, what's your emergency? Give us as much information as you can, your name, your address, what the emergency is, maybe a photo, maybe a quick video about the problem that the end user is experiencing. So you can collect all that information. Not only can you do that, you can have AI create that form for you. Okay. And then you've got integrations if you have, any of those get response. But this is another cool thing. You can have your own webhook. So with that, you can imagine, depending, once you've integrated your autoresponder, you'll see that in the list here right now, there's a get response connection. And then when someone submits, you can actually then apply the type of behavior from the user, whether they stay on the same page or they redirect to another URL. And that's it. You're done. Okay, so you can see a few little updates if I want, even the background. If we spend a bit more time, we can customize it, make it look really nice and pretty. But with this one, we could just keep it nice and sharp or clean if we wanted to. And even different elements like this, if I wanted to, I could put a video right at the top. Okay, whether it's YouTube video or even delete it. Well, we have this video here anyway, isn't it? So with this one, you can see you can always come back and configure, number one. And you'll see that here in form integrations, where then you can select and make sure it's connected to your particular autoresponder and what you want to happen. Okay, so it's a bit more. But this one, when you come to the section here, you just make sure you click the little settings here or configure here to the right. And just imagine, obviously you can create unlimited websites. So you can create, if you're using sister tools like or sister tools like Artistly, and you're creating flipbooks, you can create unlimited sites, have your flipbook inserted on the page with a video, and maybe if you're selling it, then you could go have it, go to a payment page as well. Or if you're selling courses, information, and you want to have those surveys or applications or get people to enter their name and email address and build up your leads, this would be another great method in doing it. Okay. Okay. Now, something this, I don't know if you've come across it yet, but it's called the AI HTML generator. This will take any image and it will convert it. Okay. So say, for example, if I find any image, let's just say, if I had flowers now, okay, so let's say flowers, because it's Valentine's Day coming up, isn't it? So, okay, check this out. Flowers delivery. Why choose us for flower deliveries? Okay, fine. Let's see how well this can work for us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screen capture of this section. Okay. Once I have this section, let me come back to click sites, go to the AI HTML, drag and drop any image. Check this out. I've dragged and dropped that pink image that we had. Okay, this one here. And I select generate HTML. That's it. Now what it's going to do, it's going to take that static 2D image and it's going to model it and create something that in HTML for us coded that we can go and edit. Now, I just want you to understand right now is these are template based websites, but I'm going to show you how the AI builds a whole different level of websites very shortly using the AI canvas. But this right now is a very powerful feature which the AI canvas does also. So I just want you to understand, right, that you could take any section from any website, like something that you like, that you want to model. You could take it from 10, 20 different websites, and you could take those and take some of the best stuff from different websites and recreate it and put it all into your website. Right? Does that make sense? So yeah, that's another good thing. So everything is going to be handled in such a way when it comes to speed. So everything does get optimized, and even if you want to take it one step further, you do have the ability of optimizing meta tags and stuff like that. So this one, let me see. Might be a big section here. Let's take this one here. Yeah, sometimes you need to make sure that it's the right file type. So I'm just going to drag and drop without checking, but let's go for it anyway. So yes, I believe we have done training on how you can use things like Humabot and Chatterpower to insert. But what I'll do, I'll just show you briefly. Once you have your HTML code, you can inject it straight into your site by using the HTML tab here or within the coding itself. Okay. So whilst we're waiting, let's have a look. So that was our previous site. So now this will be a good comparison. And what we're going to do, we're just going to get this done. Okay. So as we go down, just going to go to the footer. And then you're going to have content blocks. So these are more individual stuff that you can add. So buttons, products, and I'll show you here as well. So you can see some of this as well. Okay. But sections will add large sections. And then we have something called content blocks, where you just drag and drop one component at a time. You see that? So anything that you want, depending on what you're looking for. Let's just say as featured on. Put that there on your site, like so. Okay, and then you can come up, obviously edit those individually. And then right at the bottom, as you would imagine, when we hit the footer, let's have a look. Sections, contact, isn't it? We need a nice map. And there we go. Okay, your company, and then you have the footer. So you can see your company address, company names. Now, this is basically the first section, right? This is what we call the AI template model. So if I come back here, let me show you. So this is what we're covering right now. I'm going to do one example with the AI canvas, and then we're going to jump in to the second section, where now we're going to start looking for clients, okay? And then we're going to be very smart and create sites. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. We'll find clients, and then we can actually create sites exactly within their niche or categories without doing any heavy lifting. Okay, so what we're going to do now, let me just go here. So just as we go through to the next phase, is everybody with me? Are you still awake? Are you enjoying it so far? Because there's so many other things actually I haven't even shown you. So I'm just going to keep touching them, and then we're going to jump onto the AI canvas of it. So please don't be alarmed. Get the keyboard out. Just type in the chat box. Yes, you're enjoying it. It's making sense. That's the key thing. Two-way communication that you actually is making sense, and you can actually understand the functionality as we're going through this. Okay, the test site looks pretty solid with regards to semantics and SEO. And even if you go to publish, you can see you can change the path and all that. And in the primary settings, we can do meta tags, we can do SEO and data like that. Okay, so everybody's saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, fantastic. This is interesting. Now, another key thing is, remember I mentioned about translation. So sometimes you don't have to worry about clients or individuals from different countries. Here we have the translation settings. So you can actually have multilingual translation enabled. So if you don't have your site created in different language from the start, from the very beginning, that's fine. You actually can have your site translated into different languages here, over 40 different languages. Okay. Now you can add, a widget, and you can customize how it's going to appear. And not only that, you can actually have something called auto switch to browser language. So depending on whatever the browser the end user is using, it can automatically detect it and switch over to their respective language, so they don't have to manually do it. How amazing is that? And there's other elements of customization when it comes to the flag size, the style, the positioning, the direction, etc., etc. So you can imagine you can add as many as you want. Widget look, yeah, let's just say a globe. You can change the color of it if you want. Let's just put it as green to unify it. Okay, that's fine. Bottom left, let's do top left here and save settings. That's it. So what does that look like once I've saved it? Let's go ahead and review. Okay, and you can see, check this out. That's how the site's going to look. Publish, save. And remember, we've done the green color. So can you see that little globe at the top? Check this out. Now you can see all the different languages. And just like that, this site now has changed languages, guys and girls. Just like that. It's changed languages in front of your very eyes. So German, Spanish, and I believe this is Italian. And let's go back to the UK. So back to English. Okay, so you can see the powerful capabilities of the multilingual engine there that allows you to cater for not only English-speaking predominant countries, but a whole host of different clients and customers around the world. You're not limited anymore. So imagine now when you try to find a client, we can use things like ChatGPT to communicate with someone that doesn't speak English. That can enable us to do translation, or we can use Google Translate itself and go back and forward, because that's just makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? Okay, remember, this is just a quick template we went through, so I'm just showing you capabilities. And remember, with this, you actually can change the levels of typography. So if you want to change everything in a blink of an eye, you'll see, check this out. See how quick that was? You can do the entire page or different sections. Look at this. You can apply different typography for the page or the entire section. Just imagine you can make more than one version. You could actually clone this entire site and make different versions, and it's completely up to you. And what I love as well, do you have different levels of animation? So you can have these basic levels of animations, how you want things to appear, just like that. Or if you want to go a little bit more advanced, you actually have advanced levels of animations that you can apply with this on view, scroll, timeline, overlay, background, box section, how you want it to fade, slide, flip, zoom, pulse, bounce, if you want to delay. So all of these, you may be thinking about what effect does it have? Number one, it obviously has a different perception on the site. It gives it a modern animated feel. And another key thing is it's about keeping the visitor on your site their attention on their site, on the site, isn't it? It's about pattern interrupt. Now, if you have a flat site, yeah, people may stay, but when you got things that animate, someone's constantly moving there, it's keeping their attention, and mainly it's keeping them engaged. But it just, you can see, it's just a higher level of detail, as you would expect with someone has their business online. You want to make your site stick out, and this is what it does. Okay. So all tags essentially are going to be placed, and you'll see this. So, when it comes to href tags and things like this, or any kind of editing that goes on, right? Everything you do on the front end here, it will be converted anyway into HTML. So if you are a coder, you want to go a little bit more advanced and add stuff, then you'll see everything is already done for you. And let me just check this out. Okay, so say, for example, in terms of the text, if I go to font, you can see here the font and the font sizes. So we can make them as big as we want. Okay. And here, if I add, I can do headline. You can see different types of headlines. And here's the tags. Look, H1, H2, H3, H4. Okay. Different size headings. They're already done for you, that come already in the settings there. You can have quote, buttons, form, icon, video. Okay. And last but not least, I'll mention this and then we're going to jump over. Okay, something called the AI assistant. Now, with the AI assistant, you can ask it general questions. You can actually narrate it, or you can go to this command center, right? Command prompts, where you can get ideas. So say, for example, if you want to add a section, create a section, redesign things, you can do general, canvas settings, ask questions, request information. You want to edit selected text, image. Now, this was this is something that's really simple. You can actually do it for not only text, but you can actually do it for the images. You can ask the AI to make changes for you if you don't want to lift a finger just by typing, or you just narrate using the dictaphone, right? Now, what we can do, okay, adding video, that's a good one. All right, so let's just say video. Here you go. You got a YouTube video. There you go. All you do is you add the video. You can go here. You can use the URL. Alternative, if you've got the embed code, you can use the embed code to add it. And then we have the alternative. Here we have, look, you can add the HTML code directly like so. Okay, and here, if you have that code for the video, you just simply copy and paste directly. And then you are good to go. So we're going to save that now. Let's jump in straight onto the AI canvas now, okay? So I really want to show you that one now. Let's get this one, okay? So let's just close these. These were the first examples. Okay, so now with the AI canvas, with this one, why it gets a bit more fun is because, number one, you can use a prompt to break down what the website is. And number two, you can reimagine. So reimagine from URL is like cloning, okay? You can get any website online and you can model it and recreate it, but in such a way that it's not going to infringe on any copyright issues. It's going to do all the copywriting for you, all the text, everything like that. And even when it comes to images, you're not going to be meticulously running around trying to sift the correct images, blah, blah, blah. It will do all of that for you. And then we have, things like, it's been very cost effective, right? Now with this, let's just say, for the first time, you're describing a page that you want to build. Now, I want you to imagine we can use AI to do a very simple task, like describe the page that you want to build. I'm going to show you the very simple way. I want to build a website that is selling flowers. Okay. Okay. Actually, I want to build a website that is for an electrician providing his services. Okay. That is for an electrician providing his services. Okay. And generate. That's it. That's the very first way. Now, whilst that's cooking, I don't know why I've done that. Duplicate. I want to duplicate it because I want to work on another one whilst we're waiting. So whilst we're waiting for that to cook up, I'm going to go to quick create page, AI canvas. And at the same time, I'm going to go and find an electrician. So check this out. Okay. Now this is an electrician's page, isn't it? Okay. So we can go onto Google anywhere we right now and we can find handyman, electrician, anything that we want. So I want you to imagine now. Here is a simple site, okay, like a template or anyone's actually. Okay, let me show you. So this is a template, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy the link. Let's just copy that link here, come back to Click Sites AI, and we're going to go to reimagine from URL, and we're going to fetch content. Okay, so what it's doing now is it's communicated with the template site, okay, or that website. It's communicated with the website, and it's taking all the content. I'm gonna just put it up here. You can put it lower depending on what you're looking for. Okay, if you it's like if you want to watch a video, do you want a high quality video or do you want a lower quality video? But then in essence as well, you have to remember with the platform, if you want to generate more sites, then you clearly can. Okay. Okay. So now that's there, I'm going to select generate. And we'll allow that to cook. So you can see now, as it's building, this was the first one. I want to build, the electrician website. So straight away, I'm just going to show you this UI, or I'm going to show you how it looks like when it's building it out. So it's going to go through a number of commands as it's building out. Remember, it's all hands-free. I don't need to do anything. But what we can look at whilst we're waiting, you can see it's going to be optimized for both desktop and mobile. So it's going to do all of that stuff for us. Number one, we do have the ability to have a translation engine built in, so we can have it translate to any site, and obviously you can save it and you can see the history. But these will be the key things when the website is ready, where you'll have the chat section, this parameter here, where you can actually speak with the AI, the chatbot, and you can make those changes, or you can actually do freehand changes where you can select what you want to change. And then here's the little task box here where we can make those edits. So whilst we're waiting, you can see now this one is generating as well. And another really important point, you can see I'm building a couple of sites already. And when you're online anyway and you're streaming at the same time, things can slow down. But I'm going to go above and beyond, and I'm going to build a couple of sites whilst we're waiting. So I just want you to imagine how quickly you could theoretically, as I'm doing now, build multiple sites at the same time. Because you can build unlimited websites, isn't it, using Click Sites AI. Now, whilst we're waiting for that, let's just say you go to Google now. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the strategy whilst we're waiting for the websites to be created. Now, just imagine you go to Google and you just type in something so simple like a handyman service in New York, or let's say electrician. New York, okay. And then what we're looking for, this is essentially, these are going to be prospects, aren't they, or potential clients that we could look at serving. And as you go here, you select more businesses, and some of the key things that we'll be looking at is their contact number. Okay, that's going to be the first thing we're going to be looking at. We want a way to contact them. And also what we can do is going to take a little bit of elbow grease, a bit of effort. We can look at their website as well. So if I go here now, let's have a look at the first individual. So check this out. Now, wouldn't you all agree this is just a simple? Now, let's have a collective vote here on this site. Is this not a simple site that you can see that they've created? Okay. Remember, they're busy. They don't have time to be investing in all of this extra stuff. They just want a quick, they want to be focusing on more important stuff like making the money. Now, what I can do is, as I come back, let me just actually close this. Okay, this one's still going. That's fine. Oh, as I come back here we go. We got his site. So this is the key thing now. Now I can take his URL. Okay, I copy that. So all I'm going to do that right in front of you right now. What I'm going to do here, so while this is being built out, I'm going to go to quick create page. I'm going to go to reimagine, and I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to fetch the content. So we went to his page here, simple page. And technically, what we can do, we can reach out to this individual and provide him with a much more classier, high level, site. So what we're doing, okay, we'll generate that in that time. Well, let's wait. Let's go ahead and generate, and then we'll just come back. So this one, if you remember, this was the do you remember this was the first electrician website that we found? So if you remember, it was this one here. Okay, this was an example site that we're going to try to replicate and model. If we come back, powering your world, Vault Masters. And if I preview, let's have a look in the preview mode, powering your world. So that's all loading. Remember, we're generating stuff as well. Now tell me, look at the seamless, elegant, sleek design that is created with all these levels of animations in them, right? And even latest news. So you could create additional page for the blog as well. And then we have a beautiful footer section there with an embed section where we can gather data as well, email list. And can you see the speed of it? So this is whilst, remember, I'm on a call. I've got about 100 different tabs open. And at the same time, I'm generating more than one website. So you can imagine any computer, with bandwidth and things like this, processing speed. If I was just doing one at a time, if I wasn't on a streaming live and I was just going through this step by step, they would churn out much faster. I've got, computers juggling many things, but it's still doing the job. So here you can see the other one's generating now. So you can see now with this example, how quick that was. And all of these links, we can actually get them live. We can actually create a multi-page website by using this. So remember, this is going to be the next project we're working on. We found this chap here, right? So he, right here, if you remember, let's have a look. So let's just double check that we found the right one. Yep. First guy here, we just click this first. Let's have a look. So we click him, look, all his information pops up. Scroll down, there we go. So we've got his phone number there. And then ideally, you could just jump straight to his website and leave your name and email. But if we scroll down, has he given us his information? Okay, perfect. Can everyone see that? So now we have to be detectives now. So being a detective, we need to get his telephone number and we have his email address, okay? And then we have his Instagram. Why would we look at his Instagram? Because we could actually build a site for him, model something brand new, okay? And we can go to Instagram and we could take images of his and place them on his site as a showcase, as an example. That would be, that's thinking outside the box. Obviously, we're not going to use it. We're not going to abuse it, but we're going to say, look, I've just got these, put them together, and it's completely up to him how you take it forward. And then we'll look at outreach as well. Okay, so if we come back now, you can see here, check this out. Okay, so let's have a look at this preview. So this is his one now. So remember this one? Electrical contractors in New York. So if we come back now, pairing with precision. So it's created something similar. Okay, but it's enhanced it and made it much better. Just by using his URL, we've recreated something, but made it even better. And here we have all the drop downs. Remember, he had those drop downs. We can add more, obviously. We can add some and model his one. And then we have all of that information here. Obviously, we can take his logo if we wanted to. See that logo that he's got. And you could go place that on our project site. Here, replace everything around. But look how cool that looks. I mean, every single component, and even this, look at this, how it's raising up and down. So look at this. Call emergency services, powering your progress, residential, commercial, and emergency, right? So as you go down, residential, commercial, emergency. Can you see all of that? And then we can make additional pages and make that multi-page website as well. So it's going to take all that content and it's going to model it and it's going to improve upon it and make it much more high level, newer, sleek, intuitive design. And if we go now to the editor, okay, this is where things get more interesting, because what you're seeing here is that's just, we don't have to stick with that. We can actually go in and we can look at any component that we like, okay? Just simply come here, look, check this out. Any of this, can you see? We have a little tool, a disable focus mode, so we can focus on anything. Let me try to zoom in if you can see this, okay? So we can zoom in and see how it is now, there is a border around it, okay? Anything I select, as soon as I select it, I've got these two methods to update it. I can actually ask the AI for edits here, or you can see quick add here. Two boxes are, the small one appears for us, and we've got the bottom one there as well. And I can do this with any of the text. You can see like so. And then we've got all of these sections. Anything we can change. Maybe I want to change the color, maybe the background, any kind of text. Either I do that here, or what I can do, if I come here, let's say precision, you can see this is its own design here. And I can see, now if I zoom out, so once I select an element here, let's say Powering New York, here to the left, we have the type of media. We've got the font, the weight, the size, the line height, the alignment. If I want to move things around, I can do that once I'm happy with it. Maybe underline it, put it in the center. Or maybe I want to change the font size. There we go. Make it a bit more cleaner. Maybe the text color. Right now, there's a nice transparent effect going on. So whether you want to have your own colors, or your client, or you have a particular branding color, you can do all of that. And then you see with these, with the buttons, if you want, you can have it linked, embed anything that you want. With the images, if I'm not happy with the images, I select the image. I go to scroll up, choose media. So I can upload my own media. I can ask for stock media. I can use AI images and generate brand new media. Okay, you can see all the different levels of imagery that we can create. Or, like I mentioned before, if you have Artistically, guess what? You can use the sister app Artistically and bring media in across and insert it. So let's just say if I had this, let's just add that. Let's see how it's going to look. And check this out. Okay, obviously this is not the dimensions we want, but look, ClickSites 2.0 right at the top. Now, let me show you one more thing that's really cool. So say, for example, if I went back to this guy's section here now, right? Maybe there's something that I like, or maybe something I don't like, but let's just say here's a section that I like, free estimate. I need something similar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that image, I'm going to save it to my computer. Okay, so I'm going to save the image, and I'll explain what I'm going to do with it now. I take the image, I come back, and then we'll go to reference image, and let's see where it is. Okay, so can you see here now? Let me try to zoom in this. I want to show you something. So here, this little section I've added, believe it or not. This section here, I took an image of it. I've come back here and I've added it. So what I want to do, I want AI to add. Okay, and there we go. So I'm just going to ask it, can you edit it and add it? And remember, look, sometimes things won't always be perfect. Does AI make mistakes? Of course. But you can come back, excuse me, you can come back and add those in there, and you can get, you can work on until you get the best result possible. Okay, so while that's loading, let me show you some other examples whilst we're waiting. So we've seen this one, of course. Let me just close that. Okay, so imagine now you have a plumbing or heating service. Check this, right? It's the same structure where we can find, if there's anyone looking for a, if you see a business owner, maybe there's a handyman, someone providing these kind of emergency services, then we can do all of that. Okay, so check this out now. Remember this section? Let me just zoom out right now. Okay. Okay, can you see that? It's now added it for us. Okay, it's taken that image and now he's added it for us. So what I can do, I can come here, I can change things around. Okay. There we go. So maybe I want to space it out a little bit better. Save it. Okay. So remember this part here? We've taken this and we've got it added into our website. And just imagine it will do this for anything with images, any sections, any blocks that we so desire. Okay. And let me show you another one. Okay. So I want to imagine this is another site. Okay. A law related website. We are country lawyers, etc., etc. Really nice site here. All I do is I take the link. Okay, we take the link here, the URL, and we come back. We come back into close this. Click sites. Okay. I'll do it like this. I'll open another one. So it shows you how many I can make on the fly. Go to home. Create quick page. AI canvas. URL. And paste. It's going to go fetch that content. Once it's done, you can see now it's ready to go. Okay, so whilst we're letting that cook, this is one I've made earlier. So based on that, you can see, check this out. It's taken that site. Okay, this is the example site here. Okay, it's taken this entire site and we've created something even better. You can see everything there. And you'll see the animations as we're scrolling down, how they're appearing. Very subtle fade in, going up. Okay. Now, those asking, sometimes with the AI credits, well, that's why what you can do, especially as you're going through this, if I go to home, as you're building, remember you can use lower levels, different tiers. So depending on the AI using, or you can have more than one AI integration. And many of them, you have those tiers, don't you, that you can just use and get credits, etc., etc. But ClickSites AI, there's no monthly fees and it's all commercial rights, and it just allows you as the builder, isn't it? So there you got that one building. Now, I want you to imagine we've built his site. Okay, let me just double check. Where's his site gone? Pages. You can see how nice and organized it is. Okay, we've got his site here. Okay, remember we added this at the top. We can always go back in there and let's have a look. Okay, it's fine. So we've got, quite a few of them we're building at the same time. Okay, we couldn't do this stuff before. See how easy it is. And whilst that's building, you know what? I'm gonna show you something else as we're going through. Okay, so if I go to the home and I go to quick create page, I don't know if I've shown you this first. Okay, so describe the page what you want to build. Now, what we can do is if you go to that document that I gave you here, see there's prompt, see this website here and build something similar. Okay, go to ChatGPT. Okay, you can see here, that's exactly what I did before. Come down, I paste it, and then now I need a URL. So what we can do, let's see if we can get the electrician, his one, and see what we come up with. So here we go. See this website? Can you create me a prompt so I can have ClickSites recreate something similar? Now, what it's going to do is going to say, create a modern high converting website for a local service business, such as an electrician, plumber, etc., etc. And then it's going to go sample style. Okay, perfect. Nice, nice, nice. So all I'm going to do is take, okay, can you add in all the missing parts of the prompt? So remember, you can only add one URL at a time, but if you see other components of other websites that you like, those sections, you can take a screenshot or an image of that and you can get it inserted into your site. If you see different things that you like, you want to model, you can of course add it. Okay. So let me do a recap. So if anyone, so we can all stay on track. Okay. First and foremost, we understand there's different ways we can build websites. Okay, using ClickSites AI, whether it's from using the template or the AI canvas. Now, next, what we do, if you want to find clients that want to pay top dollar for your websites, we simply go into a search engine such as Google. We can type electrician services in New York, plumbing, whatever occupation it may be, we can just simply add it into Google, and then the occupation or the industry followed by location. Doesn't have to be New York. It could be any kind of country, any kind of continent, whatever it may be. That's it. Once that pops up, you will see a number list of businesses that will pop up. What we did then is we simply looked at their information and we checked their website. Now, in this example, we saw the very first website what we saw was this gentleman here. Okay, a simple site. Okay, nothing fancy. That's it. So what we did, we took his URL, and for somebody like this, we want to recreate his website and make it much better, and then present him with an opportunity where we can help him get more business to his website by having a better shop front. Okay, having a better website shows him, it's all about perception. It will give more information about his products and services, and it will essentially do a little selling for him. So we are essentially helping him generate leads, but sell more business through his website. Okay, that's what we did. Then we come to ClickSites AI, and we took his URL and we went into the reimagine and we pasted it. That's it. Once we've done that, ClickSites AI built us a site for him that now we can approach him. So we can approach him, send him an email because we have his email address, if you remember, by going to his site here at the bottom. We can see he has an email address at info@electrician and yyc.com. So what we now need to do, we need to do an outreach to him and just ask him, hey, would you be interested? Now, in order to do that, if you come back to this document here, scroll down, and you'll see there's some emails here for you. Okay, email 1, soft professional introduction, quick idea to improve your website, quick idea to improve your website. Okay, so it's double. Hi, I came across their business name and really like what you're doing, especially in the industry space. I work with businesses to improve their online presence and help them turn their website into a stronger lead generation tool. While reviewing your website, I noticed a few opportunities that could potentially increase inquiries and make the experience more modern and conversion-based focused. I've been working on a concept idea tailored to the type of business, and we'll be happy to share it with you if you are open to having a quick look. So what we don't do, you don't send him the website design draft straight away that you've made around his business. First, you need to initiate engagement with him first before you send it to him. Because sometimes what will happen, they're so busy, you're going to send it over, he's going to have a look, and there's nothing. But the moment you've got engagement with him and that he's acknowledged your email, and this is, he may open up and say, yeah, I would love to see it. Then you can engage, and it's much more easier for you to follow up and get on a phone call, etc., etc. Okay, instead of somebody just going ghost. Next, You got different levels of email. So this is more focused, sales driven. And then we have casually and friendly, etc., etc. Now you could take any of these and you can go into ChatGPT like I've done. Okay, so I'm just make a copy of this. Okay, and you can ask ChatGPT once you've done it. Look, check this out. Okay, next we need generic emails for outreach to potential clients we find and offer them website services so we can recreate a website for them and reach out with the site we make, but they can engage before we show them. Okay, so you can tailor make emails in response to their engagement or when you want to contact them. Okay, so you're not just in generic emails, it can be tailor made with their names, and you can have AI do all the copywriting for you. So yeah, you can invite them with a link and then have a link sent and make a phone call. So everything is done in a methodical order where it's much more easier for you to engage with them and then do follow up because you have now some kind of open up some level of relationship and engagement. Much more easier, right? Now let's see. This one is still in the works. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here, this one again, you can see each one will be different that we create. This is a lawyer related website, but look at this one. Look how beautiful this one looks. And again, this is just taking a simple URL and the AI will recreate something that is far more superior, streamlined, sleek, modern, and sophisticated. There we have it. Now, one thing that we can do once we save it, let's just say publish, let's just call it, just put that on there, save it and publish. If I go to pages, and we can see these ones here, and I open it, let's just have a quick look. Okay, this was the one we done. Now, if I go to the 3 dots, I go to clone page. Okay. Now you may be thinking, why am I cloning this? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, see the URL, I'm going to copy it. Now I come back, and I come back to the main site, and I'm going to edit. Reason I've done it, if you want to create multi-page websites, you can clone that page, and then you could just remove what you don't need and rebuild it, okay, like a blank template, because that way you stay within the theme, but then you can use the AI then to build you, you can create the about page, you can use AI to create the content, take sections from other sites, things that you want to model, or have your own content and ask the AI to create you a section and have a list of everything that you want. So just imagine here, I want to put a link in about us. I come down here and let's put a link in here and open on a blank, open a new tab, or you obviously it's going to be in its own page, isn't it? So save it. And there we have that one there. So save, preview. And if I select about us, you'll see a refresh and it's going to be a similar page. Obviously we haven't changed anything. So we can do this a much simpler way of doing it. All the navigation stays in place. And then all we do is we can ask the AI to remove what we don't need and update and upload any content that we do have, and it can be all AI driven. So it's just much easier to ask the AI to do it. It's really simple. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, once you're in there, you'll kind of understand. You can see everything that I'm just highlighting straight away. It's being laser focused on what it needs to be done. Once you select, you can ask a quick edit, etc., etc. Now, let's close all of these. So you can do this time and time again if you're building those multiple pages. Okay, with that. Now, one thing I do want to show you. Okay, there's some really good examples there. Now, if we go back to this document, I want to show you something. So if you do want to have a prompt, so remember we saw that prompt that we built about the electrician website as an example. So you come here, you ask, can you create the prompt? Okay, fine. So everything that you're seeing now is in the document as well. If you want a generic prompt, you can ask it to fill in the missing information. I come back to ClickSites AI. and I go to AI Canvas, and I'm going to paste it here, the entire prompt. Okay, so we've got, it's very flexible. Either you give a direct prompt that's very clear, you can do all of that here, or you can do reimagine from URL, or we can add the image directly. Once we've done that, we're happy with it, we can simply go ahead and generate. Right. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, whilst that's processing, has everybody understood the steps that we've taken? Number one, we understand how we can find business owners or individuals. They might be contractors, they may be self-employed. Whether we use Google, essentially what we're looking for, the profession, followed by the location. Once we have that, it doesn't need to be New York. It can be any location, and then we sift through each and every individual one that we can see there's a potential that we can update their website. That's the key. So it doesn't need to be just one electrician. We can service many electricians. It's unlimited, because there are so many electricians in so many different areas. About the time that you take, and plus, if you're equipped with ClickSites AI, it's much easier for you to create one site, and then what you can do smartly enough, you can clone it and you can remodel it again via URL. You've seen the process, so easy to do it, and you can ask the AI to make constant updates. Now, if you don't want to use Google, which obviously is there, you can all that information. There are places like Craigslist. Craigslist, if anyone goes and checks it out, you'll see, even if you go to skilled trade services, you'll find, look, handcraft, for handcrafting, a contractor, handyman. Let's have a look. Does he have any information? As you go through, look, all of his information's here, and he's got a telephone number, and it's so messy, isn't it? It's such a this is essentially like his website, and he's posted it today. So you could take all of this and you could create him a website, and you can ask ChatGPT, take all of this information, put it in ChatGPT, and say create a prompt to create a website based of all the information and everything that he offers. So whether it's painting, plumbing, electrical, removal, furniture, kitchen, bathroom, floor, furniture, it could also then create you the images congruent to those topics that he's covering. Right? So we're just going to allow that one still to create. Okay, so look, I want everybody just to pay attention to the left. This is the prompt that we used. Okay, ChatGPT gave us a complete breakdown of the prompt, right? So now, ClickSites AI in conjunction has created this site for us based on the prompt. So this is something we could technically present to a prospect or a client. Now look at this beautiful site. Now, come on. You can see even the animations and the color. Look how clean it is. Even the subtle animations there as we scroll down. And the graphics on there. Look at that. Remember, everything can be customized. It can be edited. It can be changed. It can be updated. It can be color schemes, whatever. And we can even add more sections or placements. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. Right? Look at that. There's a drop down as well. Everything can be changed. Describe your issue. And then we got our nice footer. Now tell me, in the chat, obviously you're watching this, in the comments box, let me know. Can you see how simple that was? Even just by using the prompt that you saw here. Right? It done it all for us. And even in the background, if we go here, look, let's say, let's have a look. Something like this in the background. Okay, we can change obviously the text, coloring, anything that we want. And we can ask the chat AI as well. Sorry, we can use the AI as well to change it. Let's just say, let's look at this. Change color of button to green. And remember, this site was built, okay, this is the key thing. This site was built with a prompt that we helped engineer from ChatGPT, okay? Alongside that, it was from, remember, the target, the reference that we created was from this site, sorry. This was the URL that we asked ChatGPT to model or give us a prompt for, so we can enhance and make something even better. Look, it's just a simple, ugly site, right? But now what we have is something far superior. And check this out. Can you see that? I asked it to change the color to green, and it's changed that color there. Okay, so you can have a conversation with it. You say, hey, change the text. So this is a key thing as well. When you're using the AI, try to do the biggest things possible. Don't use it on small little things that you could personally do. Obviously, you could go in there and change the text yourself. Get it to do the most complicated task or the biggest task possible. Whatever you can do yourself, do it yourself. It's just a lot easier, especially with the the AI integrations as well. So you can see, because if you're just using it unnecessarily, then obviously it's going to just a lot of use more time. Okay, so what we need to do here, we got this. There is an image there. Let's select that, but it's probably hidden. Okay, because we have a front layer plate, but something like this, if we want. And even this logo, can we choose it? Well, we can change it. I know what we can do. Okay. Let's see. So, like I mentioned, anything that you can edit, obviously go in there. You've got the design tab there. You can change everything as much as you can using your own type away. And if you want the biggest task to be done, if you want to add new sections, components, video, images, you can obviously have AI help and assist you do that. Yep. If you have other sites, there's nothing stopping you on putting something on your ClickSites site that will redirect users to your other sites. Because I know a lot of people say, "Hey, can I convert? Can I take this to WordPress, etc., etc.?" And the key is that obviously it's not WordPress, but you can make things that are much better, because there's a lot of other issues with WordPress. But check this out. Look, I said, "Can you add a video section?" Check this out. Look how nice that video section looks. Come on. Does that not look nice? And then we have a nice block there. And then obviously we can go through, we can look at the different colors, background color, and we could change things around. So let's see. So what we'll do, let's have a custom one. Let's see if we can apply a black so it pops out a little bit more. And then with the text here, let's see if we can get nice text. Yep, that's nice. And then with this, let's see if we can make this, let's make this a little bit yellow to match the play button. Check this out. Okay. And that's it. And you'll just save it. And then we can preview it. And look how beautiful that looks now. You can have a video. So he would essentially, if you've got things like Video Express, Talking Photos, or if your client has their own video that they want to put in there as an introduction video, maybe a walkthrough what the products and service they provide, then you would place that in there. Some kind of demonstration. Maybe they've got different services they provide. Maybe boiler repair. Maybe they're fixing, a tap, or maybe for plug sockets. They could specialize or have individual videos for those services that they're offering. Or you could have a talking spokesperson selling their services, how to get in contact with them, like an FAQ section. Okay. So the key here is what we've done. First, we covered just the usage of ClickSites AI. Okay. So first we looked at, let's close that one. First, we looked at building some sites with the template. You have the ability, remember, with the templates, AI templates, you can build templates, but then we looked at AI Canvas. Now with the AI Canvas, the ability it gives you, sorry, let me actually open that so I can show you, so it makes it much more clearer. So we looked at the AI templates, all these templates to choose from. And then we have the AI Canvas. So with the AI Canvas, with this, we were smart. First, we've done research. We find out who our target client is going to be, or our prospect. We went to Google. First, define who is the end client you want to serve. Is an electrician, maybe it's a horse rider, maybe it's a local store, shop, individual contractor. It doesn't matter. Maybe the dentist. What we do, we can sift through their website and find out the information. We take one example here. We can actually take their URL here. Okay. We can put it in ClickSites. We can recreate or reimagine using the URL. Number two, we can go into ChatGPT. We can ask ChatGPT to create a prompt to recreate their website, but a prompt to break down their website, but make it more modern, etc., etc. So we can actually take that back into the platform here. Okay, the AI canvas, and we can give it a direct instruction about the breakdown of it. Alternatively, you can take a picture of his site, but you don't have to, and you can use an image. Okay, you can add an image of the site that you want to recreate. That'll be another example of doing so that you can do. And then it's up to you, depending on what AI that you're going to use, depending on the tiers. If you want to use a higher level for a better result, or a lower tier, then that will obviously be more effective in controlling your usage of the platform. Right? Is everybody with me so far? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does make sense. That is the key thing. Otherwise, I don't want anyone confused. We will do Q&As as well, so don't worry. So let me take this. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's go and let's take this. Go ChatGPT. Create a prompt based on this guy's ad. So yes, businesses without websites. You can, of course, what a perfect way. You can create websites for businesses that have no website. So this is the good thing. You don't just need to find somebody with a website. You can obviously, it will be more likely someone with that website would want your services even more. But with something like ClickSites, you can entertain all aspects of it. Okay, so we took this guy here. Okay, let's see how well we can create something for this one who has no website. And we come to ClickSites AI. We go to the high level because we want a really good build, and we generate. That's it. Okay, and what I'll do, let me just show you some of this. So again, those are asking about domain names or image to URL. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for that to cook in the kitchen, we've taken this individual. Okay, this is on Craigslist, a very simple ad, and with this ad, he's got all this information, but from what we can gather, he doesn't have a website. It's going to be a simple ad placement, and he probably does get a lot of traffic or people coming in and inquiring about his services. But we want to take this and we want to convert this into a workable prompt, and we don't need to do the heavy lifting ourselves. You have a nice template here that you can actually use and model, or we can have ChatGPT take that, which it has done, and it's created something for us. So now what we're going to do, we're going to wait patiently, and we're going to see the result as this is generating in front of us. And this would be, this will just show you how easy it is to take content, right? Take information, create prompts from it, and use ClickSites AI to build out a site for us, even though we don't need to be experts. Look, right now, you can see all this HTML getting right now. None of this stuff makes sense to me, and it doesn't have to. All I need to know is how to point and click, okay? Write a couple of instructions, which we are doing. Now, to the left, can everyone pay attention to what's happening on the left? It's generating the images for us. First of all, it's done all the planning. It's done all the thinking, as you can see. It's done all the thinking for us, all the structure of design, and then it's planning images, and it's thinking what images are the best to go with it. So now, check this out. Preview. Let's have a look. This is what it's created for us based on his ad. Now, how crazy is that? Look at that. There you go. Frank. Meet Frank. Let's go back. And let's have a look. All boroughs. Yeah, okay. Yep, his name is Frank. Okay, yeah, it's Frank. So I thought, is it making up? Nah, his name is Frank. And he's got his mission statement, recent projects. Okay, these are obviously things we can get hold of him and replace. Nice reviews, testimonials, things that we can obviously change. But this now gives us something presentable to Frank that we can say, look, this is what I've built. I can see you having a website, but I've made you something. Now, what is the likeliness? Let me know in the chat box. What is the likeliness that he's going to turn around and say, of course, I would love for you to deliver me this site and help me. Okay, and you can see all that information, his work, services, and get estimate, call now, etc., etc. So let me know in the chat box what you think. And remember, it can be changed. And yes, this will be available later for viewing. So no one panic. You can actually watch this later on YouTube. So it will be there and the tutorial section. Now, key things here that even with Frank's website, we have it all there. Nice, ready to go. It'll be both optimized for desktop viewing and mobile. Okay. So remember, we can actually then clone this page and we can have everything intact. We can remove what we don't need. We can ask the AI to remove what we don't need. We can update it to meet into the relevant sections that we need, like services, about, and our work, because Frank has already given us a breakdown and we already have that breakdown here. So you can see what we need, what we don't need, what he offers, what he doesn't offer. So it's more than likely, you know, the guy's going to be interested in giving us, you know, business. But there are Frank is just one example, everyone. Think about it. Frank is only one example of many that we just found. Literally, just come across it. The first time I looked at it, Frank is one example of many. There may be people in the Facebook marketplace that are selling products. Don't you think they would need a website? You know, people that are on Facebook marketplace themselves that are selling products, you'll see it, right? That might go be resellers. Now you have, look, there's plumbing, affordable price. If I go here, let's have a look. Now, Suraj here has only got one number. The same thing that we do. Look, welcome to our services. Okay. Very limited information. And what we do, we come back to ChatGPT and we create a prompt for this also. Okay, so it doesn't need to do it just for Craigslist, but I'm just giving you an example how we can take any website as well. Remember, we can enter the website directly if you have a model website target URL that you can use. So I'm just showing you an alternative way if you're building somebody where they give you limited information. There we have a prompt there that is ready to go, and then we can simply copy and paste this, and we can get that actioned on. But this one is a really good example of how easy it was to do for Frank. And one key thing is that as you're watching this, you're thinking, how does this get hosted? Well, the thing is, it's already hosted. So straight away, look, I can publish this, save and publish. It's live. As we speak, this is live right now. Check this out. It's live. So what I'll do, I'll take this URL here. I'll put in the document. Let's just go all the way to the bottom and I'll paste it. There you go. That's what we just built now. It's live. Now, what we can do also is, so you can see, look, it's all active right now. So what you can do, if Frank has his own domain name or he doesn't, we can get that domain name. We can host it up so it's not hosted on this subdomain name, where we can have Frank's own personal private domain name customized to his business. Okay, so we can actually have that connected to ourselves and manage it for him. Or Frank may say, you know what, I want my own hosting. Fine, we can download the HTML, we can upload it and get that done for him. And most methods of doing this are really easy. Even hosting companies will help you do that. It's not a problem. Okay, but again, it's additional charge that we can assist in providing for Frank, because we're like, Frank, you know, you're busy, man. You're busy making the money. How about you let me host and update your website and manage blog posts, whatever it may be that you want to add, and you focus on the business. So sometimes he may pay you, you know, a small fee every single month to manage and update and upkeep his website. And I'm giving Frank as one isolated example. Okay, imagine if you have 5 or 10 Franks. Okay, just imagine one Frank a week that you're dealing with that pays you, I don't know, $500, $1,000, okay, a week. So if you just had 4, that's, depending between $2,000 and $4,000. I'm just giving you an example. When you start making money, do you think I'm giving you such a conservative number? You could probably manage 2 websites easily a week. I'm just trying to not overshock you, because by the time you grow, and you can see how fast it is, I'm trying to do something until you understand the processes. Once you understand your own processes, then you can speed up that processes. And when you're generating clients and making top dollar, then you can actually then hire other people to start joining your team, because you have that capability where you can actually have other team members join in, isn't it? Right? So then you could have other team members coming in and fulfilling those services, while you then just focus on outreach to the clients and dealing with the finances. Have other people building the sites. You can give them instructions. You can do it in yourself as well if you want. And then you could just manage the outreach and build up that team and that agency, isn't it? If that's what you want. Or you can keep it small, keep it as a one-man band or one-woman band and deal with it that way. And remember, with things like this, even if you wanted to, if you're offering these types of services, you can use ClickSites AI itself to build a website for your own services, offering how to build a website. It just makes sense, right? And then when you do that, if you have things like Video Express or Talking Photos, you can actually use those sister apps to create those sales videos or FAQ videos to sell your services. If you're comfortable getting camera, fantastic, fine. But if you want to speed up the process and create your own professional clone spokesperson, Talking Photos is perfect for that. Even Video Express, it's completely up to you. Okay, and many of you be aware of that. And in the description, you'll probably see some of those additional apps that I've just mentioned. If you want to kind of incorporate all of these apps and bring them together and provide a professional service, because you may find Frank may say, "Hey, I've got a website, but what about content? Maybe you want to do training content or talking content." Well, okay, I've got Talking Photos where I can take your face, Frank, and I can clone you, and I can create content with your face on it. You don't even need to get in camera. You don't even need to communicate with them. Okay, here's a topic. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Paste this on social media and generate you more leads. So you can provide Frank with additional service of lead generation, where you can go find groups, say, for example, Facebook, people need emergency plumbing in set location, and then you can keep posting Frank's ad that you've created of a spokesperson, and that has a call to action to his website that get in touch with us now. So yeah, it's just a case of you first, it's about managing your time. Once you understand your time, if you're going to service a client, then once you understand the process, then it's very easy for you to see what works and then make it work for you. Because again, it's about you. What's your lifestyle like? What's your time like? Maybe you have time, maybe you want to do this on the side additionally. It's completely up to you. You may find that it becomes very easy. You may be a natural, and then you'll find process speed it up when it comes to outreach. You can just send one email to more than one client at one time. Black carbon copy, BCC, send out emails, whatever it may be, and do it that way. Or you could just get on a phone call and do it more direct. It's completely up to you. Okay. And another thing is, if you come to ClickSites, let me just show you this. Okay. So I'm going to save that. If we come to home and we go to, let's just say we went to this page now that we built for the handyman. If I go to settings, you can see we've got page information. Okay. We have GDPR. Okay. So anyone thinking about GDPR, you can actually have this on there and you can update the settings. So that will be shown. Code injection, if you want to put your header scripts or body scripts. So if you have any retargeting, any ads, anything additional that they want to add, of course you can add that. And then you've got metadata. So in terms of metadata, if you want to just update, again, remote all of this stuff. Even if you're not sure, put this into ChatGPT. It'll help you fill it out the best way to get it more optimized for social media. So essentially, you're trying to optimize the site so it's more visible in the search engine when someone is looking for an emergency plumber. So all of this stuff can be done for you by just taking even a screenshot, taking it over to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me the content I need linked into the website that I've created, which is X, Y, and Z. Again, for Xcard, well, Twitter, Facebook, all the same. And then you have the additional stuff if you want to go a little bit more with the homepage, custom domain name. Again, everything is covered by going to the tutorials page. Okay. Another key thing right now, don't forget, if you go on to, where's it gone? Well, if you go to clicksites.ai/grow, I think the link will be in the chat box as well, and down below in the description. For Valentine's Day, there's going to be 20% off. Okay, do use the code LOVE. So if you've seen what you love, go over to the checkout page and type in LOVE in the promotional field for the coupon. So go to instant access to ClickSites. You can see all the other information on this page and type LOVE here, right here. Okay, and apply, and you'll get a whopping 20% discount. Remember, it's going to be limited time. Of course it is, because Valentine's Day is only for a limited time, as you can imagine. So it will be, maybe this would be the perfect gift to get your partner. Okay, so man or female, if you love your partner and you want to help them, hey, this might be a really good gift to give to your partner. So you know what, you're thinking about doing something on the side, maybe your side hustle, or maybe you're thinking about trying to up your game and build a business. Well, this might be the thing that unlocks the key to your partner's heart. Okay, so remember, anything like HumanPal, ChatterPal, in terms of the integration element, the embed code, you can take the embed code and you can always paste it into ClickSites. So yeah, that's not a problem. So the talking avatar, etc., we can do all of that stuff. And remember, ClickSites AI right now is version 2. Okay, it's been updated, and you can imagine with time it's only going to get better and better. And when you come into the platform, when you're in here for the first time, you'll generally see announcements. So announcements are any updates, anything that's going on, you'll always see them when you log in. So you can see it's constantly being updated, developed, and improved. That's a key thing. Okay. Okay, so remember, this can't be integrated with WordPress. This is a standalone builder. And the good thing is, if you come to the site here and you scroll down, I'll just show you. You will see, look, there's some really good FAQs. Again, languages. There's no monthly fee. This is just a one-time. Can you sell websites? Of course you can. You've got commercial rights. You've got obviously money back guarantee. Does it support WordPress? Okay. So really, really important. Okay. So let me know if you've got any questions, and hopefully I can answer them now, because we are now at an end. I know it's been emotional. Really good question. Does the site we are showing to the client have a domain name where part of the name is ClickSites AI? No, it doesn't. That's why, very smartly, you see it says ClickSite Pages. Okay, but what you can do, if you want, you can create your own domain name and have it hosted under your own workspace that completely clean and have no remnants, okay, as your own standalone. No branding, no colors, no logo, no nothing. And that's how it'll appear. So even the favicon, any name, you can have your own workspace that's personalized to you and your your enterprise. So if you've purchased a ClickSites AI in the past, all upgrades are included. You don't need to do anything. It should already automatically be upgraded. Remember, there are no monthly charges with this, and its commercial rights are included. Okay. So let me know if you've got any other questions. And you'll see, things like analytics as we go on there. Remember, you have the document. This is all present for you. Just go through. I know with stuff like this, sometimes because there's so many capabilities, your mind just starts thinking I can do so much with it. And that's the truth, you can. So the first thing you do is start one place. Okay, start one place. And that I would say, if you want, just take the prompt and just test it out, get any URL and go model it first, and then go through the steps, whether it's Google, whether it's a Craigslist, or even go to Google and ask for Craigslist alternatives. Or if you want to be smarter, you can even ask ChatGPT, tell me the best ways of reaching businesses that need website services. How can I target them? What are the best sites to find independent contractors, local handyman, service providers? Right? Find that missing gap that no one's doing by just doing a little bit of effort. Okay. So remember, when it comes, even though ClickSites is not an e-commerce building platform, you can create e-commerce style websites by having those, those blocks. So you can have, sales blocks and have those links, okay, and adding those links or buttons to external payment pages. So you can 100% do that. About forms, how does it work? Simply go into the forms and you can have it integrated. Once you have it integrated with one of your platforms, email marketing, MailChimp, Active Campaigns, then when you go to your own pages that you create, you can simply set them up within the form builder as we went through. Let me just quickly show you with this one. Okay, you'll see here form integrations. And if you do find the form specifically here, it'll have its own private menu here, settings, and you can see integrations here. And you can connect it. Okay, once it's connected, then you can add that additional information. Okay. Any kind of video that you have, even if it's self-hosted, anywhere it's hosted, as long as you got that embed code, that HTML embed code, you can always come and you can paste it anywhere. Okay, anywhere on your page. Or even if you post it on YouTube, you can take the share URL and you can post it. Because look, even these tutorials here, look, even ClickSites tutorial, this is all built on ClickSites, and they're used in conjunction with YouTube. So every page that you're seeing, look, just simple pages, okay? Nothing doesn't need to be special. It's just a page created on ClickSites AI. All the tutorials page across all the other apps. Yeah, so that's really good. You could just pay one time only. Yeah, so any suggestions that you have, anything that you would like, of course, you could just reach out to the team and let us know, and then we can have those added, especially when it comes to adding things on development or what updates can come. Okay. So apart from that, I know I just wanted to stick to. It's been 2 hours. I know we got over, and we want to keep it nice and clean as possible. Okay, so. Has everybody, as we now conclude for an end, has everybody enjoyed today's session? Please let me know in the chat box. And then we will now end the stream, okay? And remember, if you go, the team will put it in their link, and it'll be in the description field. ClickSites AI /go. Please do remember there is a Valentine's sale, 20% off. And also, make sure if you're not, join in the group Ponder.com/Facebook, okay? That's there as well, and that'll be in the description field as well. So please do make sure you come and join us. But please, everybody, let me know what's the one thing that you most enjoyed the most. So we have some more specifics. What is the one thing that you enjoy the most? Please do let us know, and then we will come to an end. Okay. So as every week, those that have not joined before, we run these sessions every single week. So make sure you stay tuned. It's at the same time every single week, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we just cover all of the different applications and see what the best models and strategies that are working right now in 2026 and how you can make them completely free. So please do not hesitate to join, come along and enjoy it. And the resource document will be in the description field also. So please do not worry that it's already there in the description field. And there's remember discount code LOVE for 20% on all the all access plan that's there. Okay. Remember, with anything, all the apps, they're always constantly updated and they're really, they're done in a good, efficient time. And the team, there's so many different apps that are constantly getting updated. And we always make sure we try to update you accordingly as they are. Okay. So apart from that, everyone, thank you very much for your comments. If you joined today's session, please do it. Let us know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell, join the group, and stay tuned until next week. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.